morning, Adenike, Rahim, Helen. Good morning, everybody. It's great to have your attention this morning. Thank you so much for committing your time to my voice and to my knowledge this morning. So I hope that I will be able to impart some knowledge to you to take away to be able to ensure some level of business success in 2025. Please, Fubilayo, give me permission to share my slides. I don't currently have permission to share my slides.
On
so
it,
when
please.
we say, sorry?
On it, I'm on it.
Okay, that's fine. So when we say business goal setting, strategic business goal setting, what comes to mind? I want to hear the thoughts of the people in this room because you are on the field. You are doing the business. What does it mean to you? There's some level of planning that you have been able to do as a business owner so far. So I want to hear drop it in the chat box. If you're willing to speak, raise your hand. I'll give you an opportunity to say something about what you think when you hear strategic business goal setting. What comes to mind? What comes to mind? Or should I just call somebody? I can see a lot of people here. We have over 60 people here this morning. I'm sure as a business owner, you can be able to communicate what business goal setting or strategic business goal setting means to you and means to your business. Just as an overview to get a grasp of our understanding this morning. Please, the chat box should be buzzing with responses. Your understanding of a business goal setting, strategic business goal setting, or just the general term, business goal setting. When you think of that, or goal setting, let's even narrow it down. Goal setting. What do you think when you hear goal setting? I see Olajuwon in the comment. I see Christopher. Please share your thoughts on what you. Okay, so Saraju Samuel says evaluation and projection. Excellent. 100% evaluation and projection. That's part of what we're going to be talking about today. Simply put, those are two words that are simply put goal setting. More responses, please. Thank you, Samuel, for that. Okay. I need more responses. No hands up. Okay, target market plans, target market. Okay, that's yes, of course. It means the aims, objectives, practical outcomes within an identified time frame and measurable performance outcomes. Excellent. Well, yes, I have some people who should even be taking this class here. Business goal setting is the projection where you want your business to be in a particular future time. Nafisa, 100%. Thank you for that. Raphael says strategic business goal setting is the planning and process of growing the business. True. So no wrong answers so far. Smart framework. Excellent. So those are some of the terms you're going to be hearing today. Smart framework, methodologies. Okay, basically creating projections for your business that positions it for the present, but most importantly, for the future success, both financially and otherwise. I have such an excellent audience today, and I'm so glad for it. You're going to make everything that I'm going to be sharing just glide through because you already have a good grasp of what goal setting is. Defining and, okay, that was Akachuku. Then Giddy Stable, I believe that's your business name. Defining and establishing long-term objectives that align with an organization's overall vision and mission. Excellent. That's the foundation. That's the basis. What is your vision? What is your mission statement? These goals provide a roadmap for the company's future direction, guiding decision-making and resource allocation. Hey, I have a great class here. Excellent. Okay, so a DVC says for me, it's assessing and doing things differently. Yes, because if you have been doing things in a particular way in the past and it hasn't worked, you need a new strategic plan and new goals to achieve. Okay, so thank you everyone for participating. Let me see if I can share my slides. Okay, perfect. I can absolutely share my screen right now. Okay, let me see if I could just go ahead and share. Okay, please can you confirm that you can see my screen?
Yes, we can. We can see your screen.
Okay, that's perfect. That's perfect. I still see some responses. Let me just read a few before we go forward. Defining. Okay, I read that already. Okay, Abiba says goal setting is creating a smart goal, is creating smart goals, KPIs for your business objective. Excellent. Those are some terms we're also going to be looking at, your KPIs. Establishing measurable objectives for a company to achieve over a certain period of time. That is Chiamaka. Chiamaka, thank you. Precious says this is the entire step-by-step plans that state who should do what and when it should be done to achieve the corporate agreed projections. Okay, I think we are done with today's session. We can go home because with all of your contributions so far, you've covered the majority of my slides and what I'll be sharing today. And it's good to know that everyone here seems to have great knowledge of subject matter. And we are just coming up to buff up already existing knowledge, right? So great. So you are on the field. I would like to say again, it's not just me standing here or sitting here as an expert to tell you what to do in your business. It's to come to reiterate certain things that you already know, brush off some things that may not be well refined and make them better refined, and to add a little to your already existing knowledge. That is what it is that I'll be doing today. Good grasp of subject matter. Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you for the contributions. Okay, so we see here strategic business goal setting for MSMEs navigating success in 2025. So the end result of what it is that we're going to be discussing here today should be some level of growth and results in your business, some level of success in your business at the end of the 2025 business year. So our objectives for today is to understand goal setting, assess previous business year, understand strategic business goal setting, understand methods and framework to manage goals, and understand why goals fail. Yes. So if you set goals in 2024 and some of them failed, why did they fail? So we want to look at some of those reasons, and then successful goal setting for 2025. So goal setting I tried here to break it down to capture the essence of what it is. Nothing cumbersome, no grandiose grammar. It is taking specific, measurable, attainable, relevant, and time-bound actions towards a desired outcome. So that is what goal setting is. So you are breaking all of this down. You're breaking the specific actions, making them measurable, attainable, relevant to your business and what your business is seeking to achieve in society. And it also has to be time bound. So why do we set goals? This we can run through because with what I see in the comments, we already have a good idea of the basics and the foundation. It gives you the clarity. I see a raised hand somewhere, Yinka. Yinka, you have something to share. Please go ahead and share, and I would I would look at it in the comment section. If it's a question, you can maybe drop it in the question box, and later on, as we move forward, we can be able to come back to it. So it facilitates decision making as well. It creates focus. We all know that without focus, your business cannot thrive. It reduces conflict, especially friction among staff members. If you're a business that employs more than one person, you know, management of people can be very challenging in some situations. So if you have your goals and priorities set right, it reduces conflict. It provides motivation, looking at that goal and wanting to see yourself at that point, at the end of 2025, at the end of 2026. It will give you that new spur, that passion to want to achieve. Then team optimization. I think somebody, I'm not sure, the Chiamaka that mentioned that it is allotting those roles and everyone knowing their plates and what it is that they're supposed to do. I'm paraphrasing now. So it helps you to optimize your team when you have your goals, not just set, but set right. Then it drives growth and innovation, because if you're not putting pen to paper sometimes, you're not reviewing your business successes to find ways to refine them to make them better. And then it helps. I'm not sure why that's there. Okay, that's a mistake. So before goal setting, and I believe this is something everybody should have done before this class, but of course, I would still bring it forth. So you have to, first of all, reflect. You don't end the year without first reflecting. This is the beginning of a new year, and we're already thinking about goals. But 2024, did you take time to reflect on what successes that your business was able to record? What were the successes? So this is something that you're not just taking mental note of, you're actually penning it down to say, okay, this is, I was able to increase the amount of services that I render, the amount of products that I render, or I was able to sell this amount of products. I gained new customers, right? Those are some successes that you have to pen down. Give yourself a pat on the back, of course, well done. But for the success of your business, you have to be able to outline what the successes that you have been able to record is, first of all. But then those are the good, rosy parts. What about the challenges and setbacks? Are there return customers, or the majority of your customers were one time? You know, that's a problem. So while that's on one side, it's excellent that you are gaining customers. The journey of growth in your business will ride on repeat customers. So do you have a proper documentation of customers who are one time or who are repeat customers? So that's part of the reflection you need to do first before we even get into goal setting. So there's the challenges that you faced. Is it national grid collapsing on you every market day? So those are some of the challenges. Exchange rates. How have you been able to mitigate those? First of all, identify them as challenges before we now step into goal setting. And then secondly, seek feedback. And when we say seek feedback to business owners, especially in some cases, small businesses, you need to be closer to your customers, because by design, you have that advantage, right? You are closer to your customer. You're not a business who has maybe customers every quarter, 1 million buying from you every quarter. That would be great. I mean, you're already a very established business if you're already at that level. So speak to the customers, even at that level. Put together forms where customers can give you feedback on the services that you render. Are they willing to come back? Are they willing to refer? Then speak to employees. This is one that is a challenge across board. Small, medium, big businesses, conglomerates, this one is a challenge. speaking to employees, if you currently have employees in your business, because that forms a part of business success, right? Employee retention rate, you have to assess that as well. Because if you keep churning out employees, after 3 months, one person has left you and you've taken time to train that person on your business processes, your business is losing money. You may not see it in the general picture of it, but it's costing you to continue to have too much of a customer retention rate, too little rather of a customer retention rate. Okay, so this is something I believe we're all, of course, familiar with, and it's the SWOT analysis. So when you have assessed and written everything I just stated out, right, you now break it into your SWOT analysis. I see some other people responded in the comment section. Thank you and well done. Just come along with me as we journey through this. Thank you so much for commenting. Okay, so we have the SWOT analysis. Right. Strengths, first of all, when you look at your business success, your strengths, what is the strength based on your business success? You can get that from there, right? Because strengths definitely eventually translate to success. So what does your organization do better than your competition? In respect to what it is your competition is doing, you also assess your weaknesses based on the challenges that you were able to report, the setbacks translated most likely from your business weaknesses. So it's easy for you to now begin to identify, to say, oh, your employee retention rate is low. That's why people, and you have to now work on increasing that. So you see how you're matching it. Then opportunities as well. What market trends could lead to increased sales for you? I know there's diverse industries right here, but we'll take apart a particular, for an example, to break down goal setting moving forward. We'll take apart a section that affects all businesses. Then threats as well. What are the advantages competitors have over your business? That's a major threat to your business. Can you be swept easily away from your current industry? Or can your competitors easily take your customers away from, or even poach your employees, right? If they're doing things right. Okay, so for business goal setting, there are 3 different types of goals, right? At the top is strategic, and everybody most times they focus on the strategic goals. Okay, this is what I need to achieve by the end of 2025. That's a strategic goal. It's usually long-term. It's usually specific, measurable, yes, right? It serves as a guideline. It's formed on the basis of your vision statement and your mission statement. Somebody excellently put that there in the comment section as well. So when you're thinking strategic business goals, you're thinking, what is my vision for the business from now until the end of 2025? What do I see? What do I see for my business? What do I expect the business to look like by the end of 2025? That's more strategic. So you can say things like you're increasing your employee retention rate by 20 to 30%, because of course these goals have to be realistic goals that you have to set. So you can say something like you want to increase your brand awareness by 30%. That's a strategic goal, right? Okay, you have 30% increase in brand awareness, strategic. But what about the tactical aspect of it? What about the operational aspect of it that goes into the everyday running of the business that ensures that goal is able to be achieved by the end of 2025, because we are planning for the 2025 year. So strategic business goal, you have an idea of what it looks like. It is more of a projection of what you want to see at the end of a longer stretch of time. Strategic, that's what you're thinking. Then when you say tactical now, you're bringing it down, right? For big businesses, strategic is for the management level. And then you have tactical for the lower level managers, and then the operational for for all the employees working in different departments. So tactical goals are more quantitative, medium term. So if you're looking at strategic as of end of 2025, you're looking at tactical as at every quarter. This is what the business should have achieved by the end of the first half of the year, by the end of the first 3 months in the year. So that's more of tactical goals. So tactical goals are necessary now to achieve strategic goals. You are bringing it down now. You are breaking it down gradually. So you now know the difference. The strategic, there's tactical, and now there's operational. Operational is the everyday actions, what you do every single day that lead you to specific goals. And then if you have employees in your business, this is where you want to engage them, right? If you have salespeople in your business, it's at this operational goal level setting, you want to engage them, sit with them. What are you as an individual working in this business planning to do to achieve this strategic goal that we have placed for ourselves? We intend to increase revenue in this business by 50%. Let's project that 50% at the end of 2025, right? And then you bring it down to tactical. By the end of the second half, the first half of the year, what are you seeking to achieve? And then the operational goals. It can now begin to look like, how many sales calls are you making per day? Right? If it's brand awareness, how many posts are you making across social media per day? Right? On your website, what else are you incorporating into your website to ensure that there are more visits? Right? It's not just you trying to sell. How are you educating your customers on your products and your service offer? Let's move forward. So this is what that organogram looks like. So strategic, you're thinking of the what, the bigger picture of the what. You're thinking of the why, and you're thinking of the when it should be achieved. That's what strategic seeks to capture, right? Of course, the why of your business is usually captured in your vision and your mission statement. So for strategic, your strategic goal can look like a vision statement for 2025. Right? I know you have a vision statement that you to be the number one seller of fabrics in Lagos State or in Nigeria by so and so day. You have that in your vision statement. But now when you're setting a strategic goal for a period of 1 year, you are bringing that vision statement now and you're rewriting it in a more attainable state for a 1 year period. So it is, to say it here, it is long-term, 2 to 5 years. But we're working with 1 year for 2025. Of course, you can plan for 2025, 2026 business year. This is especially for small businesses, right? Project longer, right? It's usually advised for small businesses, project longer. For big businesses, they can say 2025 business year. This is what we intend to achieve. Then, because they already have a working system that they will leverage on. For you, for the most part, you're still trying to put together some systems and structures into your business. Then executive management level, like I stated before, would come together to plan the strategic goals. Then it is comprehensive. Then it's at the tactical level now, it is the where, right? For example, your strategic goal is to spread your business across Africa by the end of 2025, or to get to 2 new locations. Okay. 2 new locations by the end of 2025. Where are we looking at? Where are we looking to put our services? Where are we looking to put our product? How do you intend to get there? Do you already have networks there in terms of business service that you have rendered in those places that you intend to now establish your footprint in? Then it should be medium term, like I mentioned earlier, 3 months to 2 years. So if your strategic goal is a 5-year period, your tactical can be a 2-year period. So if your strategic goal is a 1-year period, it can now be a 3-month period that your tactical is planned across. Then it is planned mostly by middle management. But if you're a sole run a sole proprietorship right now, you understand that you are all of this in the moment, of course. Then it's focused on a specific department. Somebody mentioned that in the comment section. So roles are able to be outlined clearly with definite clarity because you have been able to set a goal. Don't worry, we'll do the practical of it. We'll do some writing. This is just, of course, the theoretical aspect of it. And then we come down now to operational. How? That operational is how. How do we do this? You want to do this? Fine, absolutely great. How? That's the question that the operational goals seeks to answer. So when you're thinking operational goals, because I'm going to be asking questions, you're going to help based on everything I'll be sharing, you will help me now develop a specific strategic goal, break it down to tactical and break it down to operational goals. So it is executed by teams and managers. It has specific outcomes. Now, somebody mentioned your KPI. This is where you tie your KPIs to your operational goals, not your strategic goals. You're not from the strategic level, you're not thinking KPIs yet. It is from your operational level. So we don't have it distorted because when these goals are not aligned, is often why we have some failures in terms of achieving goals. So these are some of the characteristics of strategic goals. I mentioned some of them already. It is purpose-oriented, long-term, it is actionable, it is measurable. I'm not sure, are we going to get the slides to the participants? If we are, absolutely, you can read through for better understanding. But I mean, I'm dealing with people who already have a great grasp of this. So let's move forward. So now, these are the steps. And after these steps, we'll do a bit of an exercise. So a clear vision. I mentioned earlier that your goals has to be dependent. It's the foundation. Your vision statement is the foundation of whatever goals that you're going to be setting, because at the end of the day, that's what you're seeking to achieve. That's what you're looking at. That's what, when you see your business in smooth sail, it is that picture that's in your mind, that vision statement. So having a clear vision is very important. So first of all, I would like to believe that the larger majority of the people here already have a vision statement. I don't want to say for everyone, all. I believe at least 98%, right? Except you're just starting, you're still trying to understand how a business should be run. You haven't really delved so much into the business. Maybe you're just selling from your house. Fine, you are excused. But for anybody who has more than 5 customers, you should have a vision statement. You should have a vision statement. So you formulate, when you're formulating your strategic goals, you ensure that it is based on a clear vision statement, right? Then there has to be a clear deadline. This is something that we're reiterating. For this 2025 business year, it is clear. By December of 2025, this is what I'm seeking to have achieved in my business. Then you have to also establish the necessary resources. What do I even need, right, to achieve this? You have to count every cost of for example, I need new employees. I need to get more hands on this product or this service that I'm rendering because the pressure of customers, which is a good problem, by the way, the pressure of customers have become too much. What is the cost? So you put that down from January of 2025. You don't just go out and hire. And then accountability as well. So across your, for example, you have employees that you work with. You have to be accountable to every one of them. You have to share the goals, the vision, what you intend to see. And everyone has to recognize their place in achieving those goals. And one good way to do that is to ensure that there are rewards, right? Of course, there are compensations. I'm certain that this is something that the larger majority of us are already doing. So, for example, that can look like you get in certain business and you have certain percentage commission. We run that commission with a lot of business commission systems, which are a lot of businesses, absolutely. So reviewing, this is one reason we're going to see it moving forward. One reason why goals fail. They are not reviewed. They are not revisited. So you have to commit. How often will I review my goals in 2025? My suggestion should be minimum every quarter. Minimum. So you're looking at every quarter, you sit with your team or you sit by yourself. If it's just you running the business, you sit with yourself and review your goals. What have I done so far to achieve these goals? What do I need to do? Every 3 months, that's how you ensure that your goal is able to be achieved. So we're moving forward to methods and frameworks. So there are different methods and framework. I wasn't given a time frame for where to start taking questions. So I'm just going to try to run through so that we can do our exercise. So methods and frameworks to manage goals, because it's one thing to set the goals, it's another thing to have a framework guiding how those goals are managed to ensure success. So frameworks and methodologies are two different concepts. It says here methodologies are the systematic approach to taking to achieve a goal. The Agile method. There's the Agile method which has to do with flexibility. So you put your goal on paper, but it is not cast in stone in such a way that you can't tweak things here and there very often. We understand technology, for example, has taken over several industries. I don't want to say just businesses, several industries. Technology is working actively. And one thing it presents is change, innovation, constant innovation. So that's a method that it advises that you're constantly reviewing for change. Then frameworks, on the other hand, are structured guidelines, right? Meant to serve as inspiration through the process of achieving the goal, right? Unlike methodologies, frameworks provide flexibility and leave more room for creativity, right? So let's look at what that looks like. So when we're talking about management, there's the concept of management by objective. So you have an objective, and whatever management systems you're putting in place is based on that or management objective that you have, that's objective that you have set. So this, as you can see, 1950. This has been working for businesses before we were even born, before we decided that we were going to run businesses, every single one of us here, right? In the 1950s, well, let me not say, in the 1950s, this particular system of managing goals was proposed, right? It's first of all, you define the company goals, right? And then you derive targets for employees. Who can give me an example of a business industry that uses this without even thinking too much about it, that uses this particular system as a way to manage their goals. Then monitor performance and progress. There's a particular sector that this is what they've run on, and they've run on it for decades and decades on end. Then provide feedback and motivate, then reward success. I'm looking for feedback on this. Manufacturing. Okay. FMCGs, yes. Okay. There's finance. The banking industry, this is their model, right? Multinationals, not always. There are other systems that I use. Okay, so then SMART, this is the most common one, right? Across board, because it is efficient. Yes, banks. Janet said banks, yes, banking. Adenike said banking, yes, property development. Property development, not all the time, but yes, banking, excellent. Then SMART goals. We're looking at SMART goals right now. Well done, everyone. Thank you for the responses. At its core, SMART goals are concepts that facilitate goal formulation and setting. This is something that we are all familiar, not all, but the majority of us are familiar with SMART goals. It's specific. You saw it even from the beginning in my definition. Because when you think goal setting, this is what should first of all come to your mind. It should be specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound. But this is not what we're going to be looking at today, because for the majority of businesses, we have used a lot of this. And then there's the objectives and key results. When you think OKR, you think objectives and the key results. Objectives on one part, the key results that show you that those objectives are being met. It is also an agile method. It means that it is a flexible method of planning and goal setting. Then the objectives are carried out independently by teams after they have been set up, by breaking down, first of all, objectives, and then that's from top objectives and then individuals. You see how all of them are somewhat intertwined, all the systems. Then we look at frameworks. The framework to manage strategic goals, right? There's the Oshini-Kanri method. It's a Japanese management approach. It displays the company's vision, strategies, and goals in a concise matrix. We're not dealing with that exactly, so I'll show you the what we're going to use to do our exercise today. Then there's the balance scorecard. For the balance scorecard, you have an overview of the company's most important goals that directly links them to key performance indicators at the bottom, right? The company performance is depicted from the 4 different perspectives: finance, customers, processes, and development. So development at the bottom, processes can look like trainings, and then the customers, and then finance in terms of revenue. And then this is the particular framework method that we are going to try to take apart now and work with it to plan a goal for 2025. We're just going to take apart one goal so that eventually you can go back and use it on every single aspect of your business, every single goal that you will be setting for 2025. So it's the OGSM method. It stands for objective, goals, strategies, and measures. All right? In combination, these 4 elements form a widely used framework that can help companies transform their vision into an actionable business model and strategy, right? So there are 4 elements, right? First of all, we're writing. First of all, it's the objectives, right? Which are qualitative long-term goals set by management. What was an example of a qualitative objective that I gave sometime in this session this morning, right? I'm just going to go ahead and say it. For example, your goal is to increase brand awareness. I'm using that particular example because, of course, when I was being introduced, it was mentioned that I have foundation in communication. So you're increasing brand engagement by 30%, right? At the end of 2025. 30% by December 2025. 30% increase in brand awareness. So what is the next step? If you have stated that as a goal that you intend to achieve, then what are now the strategies? You're breaking it down. Think tactical, right? This is strategic. Increase brand engagement by 30% December 2025. Think now tactical. What are we looking at strategies in terms of achieving that? Can we break that down? Can somebody help me in the comment section? Increase brand awareness by December 31st, 2025. So strategies: one, outdoor advertising. Outdoor advertising. Okay. Chiamaka, you raised your hand. Do you want to drop it in the comment section, or you want to speak? Please just drop your thoughts in the comment section. Collaborations. Okpe says collaborations. James says, okay, that's online marketing. Let me tell you something. Coca-Cola, as at 2023 January, their budget for advertising globally was around $5 billion for advertising globally. Of course, it's a global company. So $5 billion, even though it seems like a lot, may not be so much for such an organization, right? But in January of 2024, it became 2.8 million. That has almost been cut in half. What do we think happened? I'm digressing a little bit to bring a clear picture to what it is that we're doing right here, right now. The difference now is the fact that technology has come into play. So when I am thinking increasing brand awareness, I want everybody now to be thinking technology. When it comes to brand awareness, just your thoughts should just go to technology. How can I leverage technology to increase brand awareness? Because you're thinking online. You should be thinking social media. You should be thinking increase website visits, influencer engagement. That influencer market is something that is currently booming. Who said that? Thank you. Thank you for that. Yes, Giddy State. Oh, you're doing this with me today, and I really love it. So you are thinking technology. Coca-Cola has been able to almost slash their advertising budget in half because of leveraging technology. As a matter of fact, in December 2024, they put out an ad. They always have a Christmas ad. We know Coca-Cola always has a Christmas ad come up. Usually, some of the best minds in advertising communications are going to be put in the room. A lot of money is going to be poured into bringing out that project. As a matter of fact, they say the Father Christmas is red and white because Coca-Cola is red and white. I don't know how true that is, but that's how strong their marketing is. But in 2024, their Christmas video was AI generated. So do you know how many levels of expertise were cut out just to achieve that? So when you're thinking brand awareness, I'm trying to reiterate, think leveraging technology. So improve product quality. That's excellent to improve product quality. So these are, do we have up to 5? Okay, I've been able to take 5. Let me look at others. Install trail, okay. Create app for online marketing. That's a dicey one. That is not our major focus for today. That is communication. I would have loved to take that apart. It depends on the type of business. Not all businesses should have an app, right? Because we have so many apps on our phones. Not everybody wants to download another app. Except it is a very important business model that affects the customer's everyday action. Right. Okay. So we have up to 5. Let's work social media platform. We already have that. Social media marketing, digital communication. Yes, that is 4 C's. Yes. Then digital marketing, social media, of course, user-generated content. UGC, that's another big one currently. UGC is tied to influencer engagement. So let's tie that to influencer engagement. Okay. I love that the people here are people who are in tune with current trends. Then leverage user-generated content. Somebody else said that. That's James. Okay. Denike says social media ads. Okay, we already have that. So let's work with that and move forward. Right. We have outdoor advertising. We have collaborations, we have social media, we have website visits, we have improved product quality. That, of course, should be excellent. Your product should be, you shouldn't be trying to push a product in the first place that isn't excellent, right? Then influencer engagement. So we have defined, first of all, the objective, which is to increase brand engagement by 30% in December 2025. So let's move forward. The goals is, first of all, you're thinking increase social media engagement now by 60%. You're not breaking each section into specific goals. Competitive pricing, that's another excellent one. But let's work with this this list that we have here currently. So we're looking at increasing social media engagement by 60%. That's to now achieve brand awareness of 30% increase social media engagement by 30%, by 60%, sorry. So increase website engagement by 30%, depends on what it is currently. Then we have collaborations as well. Collaborate with how many brands or individual, and then collaborations, we can merge collaborations with influencer engagement and user-generated content, right? Bring those two together. Collaborate with at least 10 brands and influencers by December 2025. Okay, so let's move forward, right? Then we are now going to move to develop the specific strategies for this individual one in terms of your operational strategies, right? I need Chiamaka, you have your hands raised. Please share, engage. Okay, so to increase social media engagement by 60%, what are we doing? Because we are planning this business together. What are we doing? What is the strategic plan for that in terms of your operational actions that lead to increase in social media engagement by 60%. I need comments. What are we doing to achieve that? We're on social media right now. I believe the majority of us here are definitely on social media. Do at least a product post per day. Okay. Okay, so create engaging content. I would you said create engaging content. While that is great, you still have it a bit vague. At operational level, your goals are no longer vague, right? It is specific. Create engaging content. Where? What platform? How many? Right? How many contents per day? So that's what you are thinking. Helen said do at least a product post per day. It is advised, right? Depends on the level of engagement you want to get. It is advised per day, 2 to 3 posts. 2 to 3 posts per day. So you are leveraging all types of content. First of all, you are using videos. You're using pictures, right? You're using graphics as well. Join groups. Somebody said, join groups. I'm still getting a bit of vague. This is a bit vague. I want specific. Well, at operational level, you're increasing social media engagement. How do you intend to do it? Okay, so Adelike said, make engaging Instagram reels 3 times a week. Okay, right? That's now is a specific operational goal. So this is what you're going to do. This is how you are achieving the 60% increase. So are we following the top process now? You are breaking it down to the nitty-gritty actions that you're going to be taking every single day in your business. Respond to comments within 2 hours. Okay. Respond to comments within 2 hours. There's more I'm looking for. Create ads for your product. That is still vague. How many ads do you want to do? How much do you want to put into ads? So it has to, we're not getting a picture now. This is where it's a bit challenging. It is not clear in terms of the actions that you're going to be taking daily. Carry out social media audit. That's the first step. James, thank you for that. Examine top performing posts with virality and also that of competitors on your best platforms, e.g. TikTok, Instagram. Create content reels, photos for IG, long videos, put out content on IG daily, 3 times daily, on TikTok, 2 videos daily tops. Okay, we're getting there. Thank you for that, James. Yes, we're getting there. Okay. Glory, you have your hands raised. You could drop your thoughts in the comments, please. If you have a question, you can drop it in the Q&A box. There's a Q&A box that you can drop it in. Okay, somebody says here, some of us, we are not business people, but an organization that helps farmers in Sierra Leone. Perfect. So how are you leveraging, exposing what you're doing online? How are you leveraging technology? Because if, for example, this is something that I'm interested in funding, how do I see you? Right, Raymond? How do I see you? Because it doesn't matter that it is, even if this is a non-profit, you have to have exposure. That's why I'm using this particularly. So don't see it as I'm not doing business, so I don't need to put out products. No, You need to put out what it is that you're doing. Put it out there. You need donors, you need funding, put it out there. You must have brand awareness. It doesn't matter what it is that you're doing. Brand awareness is important. Sending mails to clients twice a week, that's a good one. Okay, so let's not dwell too much here. So these are some of the things that we have now identified as a challenge for goal setting. So breaking it down into the nitty-gritty actions that you're going to take. It's good to put out the lofty plans and ideas and goals in the bigger picture and say it. What are you doing every day to achieve that? So we identified collaboration with 10 brands and individuals by the end of the year. So how many do you want to reach by first quarter 2025, right? How many brands do you intend to reach? You write that down. So that can look like you dividing it by 4. Okay, so let's say four brands. You want to reach 4 brands every quarter. You want to collaborate with 4 individuals every quarter. What that looks like is you are targeting 5 every month. You are targeting 10 every month, because at the end of the day, the terms of their arrangement may not work for you. So you're not just targeting 1, right? You are targeting more than one brand. You are targeting, you want 1, you are targeting 10, right? So in breaking that down, collaboration with 10 brands, 4 every quarter, right? 4 every quarter. Then you break 4 down. To get 4, you are reaching out to, every week, you are reaching out to 10 brands to see how you can collaborate. Because out of those, all that you reached out to, so the ones that will ask you for a fee that you cannot pay, for example, for UGC, because influencer marketing these days, sometimes they charge exorbitant prices. They're the ones that would respond with some costs that you cannot yet meet up to, or some term that you cannot yet meet up to. You cancel that out. So are we now seeing how we break it down? We break it down. Wish I could delve more into this and take apart other, it's time past 12, take apart other sections, but let's move forward. Okay, they say to kindly fill the poll on your screen, as this will help us serve you better. Please fill the poll on the screen. If you have a poll, you can see it, please fill it. Okay, Adenike says, I recommend Q1 should be heavier than others. Of course, you have momentum in Q1. You have the drive in Q1. My advice is to maintain momentum throughout the year, but of course, yes, you can make your goals heavier in Q1. Brian says, design marketing for every product like flyers and make sure you alternate them on different social media. This is still not specific enough. So specificity is the bedrock of operational goal setting. How many flyers are you developing per product? How many content are you making per product? How many times are you putting it out per product? So you need to define that. For top performing products that have gained virality on your biggest social media, social platforms, create an ad on IG with at least under 40K for a week and use that product post as a major creative. Yes, that's a good one, James. Encourage new customers to save your contact so as to have access to WhatsApp post. Okay, I understand that we have some small businesses here, but I want everybody at ABC, rephrase that, right? Rephrase that to a more specific action that you are taking, right? So for example, that can look like encourage new customers. Every customer, for example, what is the incentive that you're giving them to save your number? Do you just tell them, save your number? Why should I save your number? Right? So when you're setting goals, it should be more specific. How many customers would you intend would have saved your number by the end of first quarter 2025. So it should be more specific. You think quantitative when you are planning operational goals. So I think that's a major challenge that I've noticed now in terms of our goal setting, right? Okay, so we'll talk more on that as we move forward. So that's for the OGSM framework. So why do goals fail? We already have one reason. They are not specific enough. Right? You see it on your screen there. They are not specific enough. From the comments already, I've been able to identify that's a challenge. And it's right here on my screen. Your goals need to be, what I mean, break it down to the nitty-gritty. Just like you say, I want to walk from here to this junction, right? You are so specific that you are thinking, how many steps will it take me to get there? At what time do I start walking? What time do I end walking? That's how specific you need to be in goal setting. If it is not specific, you reduce your chances of achieving your goals. It should be more specific. That's a challenge that I've noticed with the feedback that I've just gotten from this session. They are not aligned. They're not aligned with your vision statement. I stated earlier in starting this that you need to, the basis, the foundation of your goal setting is what the vision is. What are you seeking to achieve as an organization? Did you just start business? Right? That should not be the case. It will be more difficult for you to achieve success if that's the case. So Helen says, offer content and advice or teach something new. Okay, yes, two clients 2 times a day. 2 times a day, is that really, really, really practical to teach 2 times a day, to have content 2 times a day? Do you edit content yourself? If you do you know what it takes to edit content? So they have to be realistic as well in terms of putting out content daily, and you want to put out engaging content to teach your clients every day. Can you put out 2 contents, teaching content every day? That's something that you have to also check. This should keep them coming for more and identify. Yes, of course, teaching content always keep your client coming for more, but you want to be specific. How many? Yes, you stated 2. Is it realistic to put out 2 per day? That's something you have to be checking. So the combination of everything is that we are able to fuse everything that I've talked about, right? It should be specific. That's the first thing, specific. Before you start even thinking of the measurable, okay, specific, measurable, what it is that you're doing, then measurable, okay, 2 times per day, that is excellent, right? Achievable, is it achievable? That's what I'm now asking you, right? Is it realistic, right? Is it relevant? Achievable and realistic, they work hand in hand. Is it relevant to your business, and is it time bound, right? And then lack of transparency as well. Strategic goals require communications throughout all management levels. These are for businesses where you have more employees, organizations. Let me say organizations. I've been using businesses for a while now, and somebody just stated in the comment section that not everyone has a business. So if for your organization, is there transparency across board, right? Are you communicating those goals and plans to every level, right? To every employee level? Then lack of adjustments with change. Are you watching your market trends, right? To see what, I have some questions in the Q&A. I want to register my business. How can I volunteer? Okay, these are not questions directed to me, but I think employees should be engaged even in coming up with strategic goals. Yes, absolutely. I stated that in the beginning. So there are different levels. When you get to your operational level of strategic goal setting, your employees must be involved. It's not even should be, they must, because they're the ones carrying out the actions. They're the ones out in the field. So absolutely, Adenike, they should be involved. Then there's no revision and comparison. What are your competitors doing? Are you watching them closely, or you're an island? That should not be the case. Revisit. I said a minimum of every quarter you revisit your strategic goals. At the end of this session, I believe that we should be able to set strategic goals clearly, from strategic to tactical to operational level. Okay, so business success in 2025. What do we now do? We've seen why business goals fail. We fail to achieve certain business goals. Alignment and focus. If your goal is not aligned with what your business is, your business objectives and your vision statement and your mission, you're already disoriented. The chances of you achieving that goal is not likely, because the vision statement is set on the basis of this is where we're going, right? If your goals are not aligned with that, you are already going a different direction. So when you want to set your goals, sit first. Restudy your business, your vision statement. What is it that we're seeking to do as an organization? We'll be using organization moving forward, not just business, right? Provide a clear understanding of what needs to be accomplished and how success will be measured. This ensures that everyone in the organization is working towards the same strategic goal by connecting operational, tactical, and strategic objectives. So you are also aligning your strategic objectives with your tactical goals and your operational goals at every level. You see the way I was breaking it down by writing. If we were in physical class, I would be writing on a board to show you, but it's great that a lot of you already have a good grasp of it. But for those that do not, the strategic goal is increase brand engagement by 30%. Vague. It's a broad goal that you're seeking to achieve. Then you now come to tactical. So break it down. Okay, to increase, what actions do we take as an organization to increase brand awareness? We use social media we use word of mouth. What is it that we do? We use customer referrals. All of those things, you now write them down. Okay. How do I increase each one of this to then increase brand engagement, brand awareness by 30%? That's how it works. That's how you align it. So you start from strategic, we go to tactical, and then you go to operational. Then setting balance goals with objectives and key results. That's what OKRs mean. Encourage a mixed ambitious stretch. It's good to have ambition, right? It's good to project this big and grand ideas and goals you want to achieve, right? But ensure that they are attainable. That's why you do the first reflection. If you did not achieve, for example, you did not achieve 5 million in 2025 and you want to achieve 50 in 2024 rather, and you want to achieve 50 in 2025, we see how there's a disparity there. So this balance helps prevent the potential pitfalls of setting goals. So it is based on what you've achieved for. If you're a new business, project the lofty ideas, but when you start to break it down, you will know if it's practical. When you get to operational, that's when everything will become clear, if it's practical. Because if you say, I intend to reach 10 million customers at the end of 2025. When you get to operational, you will know if that goal is attainable or not. Because you now break it down to every quarter. How many customers do you reach every quarter? How many customers do you reach out to every single day? You will now know if your 10 million is possible. Right. That's why it says here in this picture, step by step. So transparency and accountability, this is something that needs to be reiterated, especially for those who have employees. And this is for somebody who has been an employee for the better part of 14 years of my life. I would like to tell you that the businesses that succeed are the businesses who carry employees along, right? The businesses who the management are able to connect well with employees, to learn from the employees in ways that benefit the business for business success. Because at operational level, I told you, whatever strategic goal that you're setting, when you get to operational level, we know that's where the sheep, as they say it, are separated from the goats, right? That's where there's that distinction to know who is building castles in the air or who is actually working towards success. So I see here today, if I would like to add, is that there's a major challenge of setting specific goals that are measurable, that are smart, right? That's the challenge. So when you are thinking now of goals, you're thinking at the strategic level broad. There's no action in strategic top level, no action. Tactical level, now you are thinking of a less broad steps that you need to take, right, to achieve the strategic. But when you get to operational, you're thinking steps every day. What actions need to be taken? I wish we could have a longer time to take apart planning, different departments, different examples. Maybe we're at the end of the session. And improve success. We talked about reviewing your goals every quarter. This cannot be reiterated enough. Constantly reviewing your goals every quarter in the very least. What are you currently doing right? What are you currently doing wrong that you need to review and refine? And then measurable progress. So what are the KPIs that you have set out based on operational? You see, operational is the foundation. It's carrying everything. That's why it's at the bottom of that pyramid. It's where you set out KPIs, it's at operational level. So when you now say, okay, at least a product post per day on social media, that's what somebody said, because I'm working with what you all gave me, is at least a product post per day. So that's measurable. So at the end of the week, when you're assessing your social media page, there's a KPI that was that my internet that went off for a bit? Please, I need some confirmation in.
Hi, Odinaka. Yes, I think you went off for a bit, but you're back now. Thank you.
That's fine. Okay, that's fine. Okay. Okay, let me share my screen again. Okay. Confirm that you can see my screen, please.
Confirmed. Thank you.
Okay. All right, let's quickly, we are short of time. So this is pretty much even my last slide. All right, so at the level of your setting your your operational goals is where you now determine whether it is your goals are practical and they are indeed achievable. That's where you determine that. Right. So before I conclude, I need feedback on the fact that we have been able to understand what it is I've been talking about for the past about an hour, right? So in the comment section, I want somebody to take apart one goal, right? And give me strategic, tactical, and operational. Just one each, right? Think the goal yourself. You're thinking, okay, I want to increase revenue, for example, by 50% end of 2025 business year. I want to increase revenue. So that is a strategic goal. And then you're thinking tactical. What do you do on the tactical level, right? One can be increase sales of a particular product. That if you have maybe more than one product, increase sales of a particular product, right? This as an example. So think of something else. And then on the operational level, how many sales calls are you going to be making every day to your client? How many sales calls are you going to be making per week, right? How much are you going to put behind social media ads, and how often? What's the frequency? That's now operational. So I want people in the comment section. So take apart one goal. Yes, we're back. Take apart one goal. Please, somebody who has understood what I have taught today, take apart one goal. Think of one goal that you already have for your business. Take it apart from the strategic to the tactical and to the operational. Just one item each. I'm waiting for responses. Okay, so in the interim, we have been able to discuss today what goal setting is, the types of goals that the types of strategic goals that we have. Because very often when we think about goals, we think about the strategic goals, the larger picture that you seek to achieve by the end of the year. But how do you break it down? Now into, from the pyramid at the top, strategic goals, which is done by management, and then the tactical goals, which is done by the lower level managers, and then the operational done by employees. How do we now begin to break it down? So the strategic goals are more long-term, things that you're seeking to achieve 1 year, 2 years, 5 years from now. And then the tactical goals are more medium term, which is you intend, for example, in the next 6 months, what you need to achieve, in the next 3 months, what you need to achieve. And then operational, what would you do on a day-to-day basis to achieve those goals? This is the simple, long and short of what it is that we've talked about. We've dropped a few terms, SMART goals. We've said the OKRs, that's the objectives and key results. Absolutely. But at the nitty-gritty of it, what we're talking about is being able to break your goals down. The average person can think the goals to be strategic at the strategic level, right? What are you able to think it at the tactical level? Are you able to think it at the operational level? Akachuku says you are teaching good. Convince me that I am teaching good by putting it down here. A goal, strategic level, tactical level, operational level. Give me one. God's will says the goal is to increase production by 30% by April. Okay, so I would want to sit down and question that goal. I don't know what your production capacity is currently. So when you're increasing it by 30%, is it achievable, right? What do you need? So you now have to start thinking of the resources. Yes, that's a great one for strategic. So how to achieve it, get more employees. buy 2 more machines. So get more employees. That is excellent, right? That is great for tactical. Get more employees. Then when you get to operational, what does that mean? When you say get more employees, that's big. How many employees are you going to get? How many people are you going to interview per month, per week, to be able to get the amount of employees that you now need? Buy 2 machines. Do you need finance for that? If you already have the finance, okay, you can go ahead and just go and buy your two machines to increase production. Excellent. But if you do not have your current machines, that is where LSATF comes in. And then what do you need to get a loan from LSATF? Right? And then you put that's a goal. Trust me, that's a goal. You put it down. Okay, what do you need? Fumilayo stated all the things that you need previously before we started that you need to access a loan. You now want to write it down. By so and so time, I should be able to have gotten so and so ID card by so and so time, because it's a goal that you need to achieve this year. So everything needs to be measured. Right. So can I get questions? Are there questions? Because I would think that because I'm not getting responses in terms of what it is that we need to do, so I would expect questions. I would expect questions. Please, questions.
It's been a very, very, very packed, not just for the business owners, trust me, but also for everyone that is actually looking to achieve for this year. And so thank you very, very much. For the questions, I would implore that you all please put your questions in the Q&A. Your Q&A is just on one of the toggles that is down here. You would see the part that's Q&A. Just type in your question and we would read out the questions. So, and because we also would really love to have your feedback, and this would help us to do better. It would help us to bring you more expert. I can see that we all loved the way that Medina had really broken down what it takes to put strategies, how to make it smart, measurable, tactical, strategic, and every other point that we need in order to put in the right strategy. And not just the strategy, because I understood when she was asking that I'm not just teaching good, I want you to give me that feedback using your business as that's key to let me know that you understand what I have said so far. So I would really love to see it in the chat box myself. Give us insight into what your goals are this year, how you intend to put in all of these points that Medina has given to us, and how you intend to achieve it, and what is your overall at the end of the year. What are those periods that you want to put out, and then what are those key things that you intend to achieve before Q1, before Q2, before Q3, and overall by Q4, where do you see yourself? I'd also love to see that. I think Bran has shared something, Medina. Should I just go ahead and read it out for you? It said,
Yes,
I'm
go
going
ahead.
to increase 30% revenue of my business by the end of 2025. I'm going to hire 2 sales interns to help achieve sales and marketing goals. I will build my website and upload product by the end of February, and thereafter market my website to optimize sales. The sales team will work on daily operational goals onboarding at least 2 clients every day through calls, emails, field visits, social media platforms. I think that he has really taken
Yes,
a lot back.
you've
A
done a
serious
good
round of applause for you, Bran. I think if you
Thank you,
go with
Brian. That's a
this,
good
yes,
one.
I would leave Medina to just do justice to what you sent. Medina, please, the floor is
Okay,
yours.
okay, that is excellent. So on the strategic level, excellent. Okay, strategic, as I already stated, the average person can be able to set up a strategic goal. At the tactical level, now you're beginning to break that down to say, okay, you are 2 sales interns. Excellent. You have a number, right? But at the end of what point do you intend to hire those 2 sales interns? By what point of the year should you have your sales interns working with you? That should be stated as well. I'll build website and upload products by end of February. That is excellent, right? At the end of February, then what's the cost of that? You state that as well. And thereafter, market my website to optimize sales. What does it entail to market website? So that is tactical, excellent, right? That is tactical. We're looking at the tactical level. And then operational, the sales team will work on daily operational goals, onboarding at least 2 clients every day through calls, emails, field visits, and social media platforms. That is excellent on the operational level. So far, this is the closest to what I'm looking to see. And I would hope that everyone would take note. I saw here at DBC, I sell online. My goal is to have a physical pickup store, make my Instagram page more professional, post more. Okay, you need to make that more tactical. What are you going to do every day to make your page more operational? How many posts are you making per day? How are you designing the posts? Are you currently designing yourself? Are you going to incorporate getting a graphics person? Or in terms of developing your content, what are you going to learn, right? By the end of March 2025, I should have learned how to proficiently use Canva or to use CapCut to edit my content to make sure they're more excellent and they're more professional so that when I make it up. So that's how you set goals. They should be break it down to the nitty-gritty that when you wake up in the morning, right, and you think about your goal, you know the step that you are taking that day to achieve the goal for December 2025. You know what you are doing present day now. As a matter of fact, you know, as you're leaving this session, you know what you're going to do, right? That's how you break down your goals. You know what you're doing every day. Increase revenue by 30% by the end of 2025. Why is everybody using 30%? Okay, by the end of 2025, by exploring new markets to diversify revenue, offer targeted promotions and discounts to incentivize customers to purchase more and negotiate with suppliers to okay, this is strategic and tactical. We're still looking for operational. So that's where the challenge is. Oh, I wish we had more time. That's where the challenge is in operational, right? Rex Mobile Communication Ventures says 25 goal to 10% expansion. 10% expansion. One, strategy goal is to open new branch. Okay, that is a good strategy. 1 new branch by end of 2025. 2, recruit 3 staff, right? Okay, recruit 3 staff. Okay, those are strategic. What are the tactical to achieve those? It looks like just recruiting. As at what point should it be should you recruit? As at what point should you have your new branch open in 2025? Is it December? Okay, so what are the steps that you will take in January, February, March to ensure that those steps are to ensure that the branch is open? Share marker, increase customer inflow by 50% by 2025, conducting training for staff, checking on customers to remind them on their follow-ups, increasing technology that will make services fast, create online training to give people insight on services. All of these are strategic and tactical. Where is operational? James said strategic goal. James, do we barely have time? I would, if we have questions. James says strategic goal, this is long. I said just one goal, but it's okay. Achieve 175% increase in clientele by the end of 2025. Is that a realistic goal? The current client list is 120. Quarterly breakdown of client growth target. Okay, noting that I have 4 quarters. Okay, to achieve this growth, this requires acquiring additional 210 clients. Okay, quarterly plan target for each quarter, 27 new clients operational. Okay, operational is prospecting, finding new clients. 1, daily target, identify identify and research at least 10 potential clients daily. Excellent, excellent, excellent. Use LinkedIn, social media, and industry directories. Leverage referrals from existing clients. Okay, nice, nice. Okay, attend industry events for forums to meet. How many industry events would you be attending? How many? How many? How many? If that's operational, I should see KPIs. I should see things that I can measure. That when I see you, James, when we meet, I'm like, okay, what have you done today to achieve that goal? Okay. 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 For operational goals, streamline. Janet, you say streamline operations to reduce waste and increase efficiency and improve customer satisfaction. No, that is tactical. That is not operational. Operational is what you will do every day. So for this, let me give you an example, Janet, is for your streamline operations to reduce waste and increase efficiency, right? What you will do every day is to ensure daily, right, or weekly, right? How much waste are you going to save, right, at the end of this week? By Friday, today is Wednesday, by Friday, how much waste are you going to increase? That's how you set goals and that's how you achieve them. I want to believe that the larger majority of people have been able to get this one. I really want to believe it. Are there questions? How can we assess the ETF loan? I think that's for Familia to answer.
Yes,
but she stated that
I will be taking that. I will. Thank you very much, Medina. Thank you. Adenike, you asked if you can volunteer for LS ETF. Yes, you can. But unfortunately, you missed out from when we did call for interest sometimes in November. And presently, we are still working on the applicants that sent in the we've rounded up and we'll be reaching out to them. But please look out for when we do another call for interest, and do well to please apply so that we can, bring you on board to work with us. We cannot do it alone. And so we appreciate volunteers that are willing to work with us, that understand what it is that we're doing at LSETF and would like to align with us. So I hope that answers your question, Adenike Adebola. Thank you. Raphael, you want to register your business? Yes, we support small businesses to register their business. Please look out for when we do a call for application and ask small business owners to please apply to register their business. And when we do that, we definitely will be doing that for you free of charge in order to help, put that structure that we've been talking about as one of the steps that you need to take, and we'll be doing that for you. So look out for when we do the call for application and apply for us to do that. That's for Raphael. Thank you very much. Anonymous attendee, LSETF delay in the paying back the equity. You please write to us, and we definitely would look into it. And please, when you bring the letter, please attention it to the recovery unit, and they will take that up and reach out to you. And when you do that, please quote the bank that you pay the equity to, and also quote your details so that it will be easy to get back to you. As for our loan, reducing the turnaround time, yes, we're seriously working towards that. And trust me, it will be different this year. Thank you very much for that. Adenike Adebola, Adenike is suggesting, Medina, that she thinks that employees should also be engaged, even in coming up with strategic goals as well. And she's asking what your thoughts are on this suggestion.
I answered that.
Okay. Thank
you. Yes,
I
answered that already. Absolutely.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much. God's will, you say that you want to propose a partnership. Please write to us and send a letter in to us to the executive secretary, and we would take it up from there. Thank you very much. I have David Toby. David,
Helen
your
has a
ask.
question.
Sorry, I didn't get that.
Okay, just go ahead and answer. Go ahead.
Okay. David, you're asking how you can access LSETF loan in 2025. Please look out for when we start our loan. We would be opening our portal soon. Loan portal would come up live soon. So you should please follow us on all social media platforms, and also look out for informations on radio, TV, and every other places, so that you can be well aware when we start or open our portal for this year, and you can apply. Ensure to get all your documentations ready so as to make it easy for you to apply. And just in case you're running into glitch, you can please walk into any of our liaison offices at the 20 LGAs, and you can check our website for the 6 LCDAs that we presently have that you can walk into, and they would attend to you and help you to apply for your loan. I hope that answers you, David Toby. And Chiamaka, yes, you're going to definitely get the presentation, not to your emails. We would share the link with you via the emails that you got from Zoom, but we would ensure to share with you. Thank you very much. And you can rewatch the session via our YouTube page, please. That would also help you to take back notes and every other thing. Please do well to check our YouTube page and click search this topic, and you'll be able to rewatch. Thank you very much. Ellen, I think Medina might have answered this, said, please, can you give us your own examples of how, Ellen is saying that, can you give us your own examples of how you would do your operational goals, especially as regards using social media?
For social media. Okay, we actually took this apart together. For operational goals for social media engagement, for example, your target, your strategic goal is, like I said, increase brand awareness, and then you bring it down
Can you hear me? Am I moving? Is it us or her? Oh, okay. So I think we lost Medina there, but I'm sure she would be joining us back shortly. Let's just give her a few moments to join back. While we're waiting for Medina, please note that this session has actually come to you by LSETF. We definitely will be bringing more of this kind of session for you in order to help you. Like I said from the very onset, it's actually us and you. We are your partner. Either you like it or not, in progress. You just have to progress with your business, because when you do progress with your business, you would be thinking of expansion. And when you do expand your business, you definitely will be bringing in more hands to work with you in order to, take that business further. And when you bring in more hands, you are definitely helping LSETF to achieve our mandate of enabling job creation. And so all of our programs are targeted towards supporting you to scale up your business, to expand, and we together can be able to enable creation of job and also enable an environment where businesses are able to scale. Having said that, I think Medina is back. I would just allow her finish up what she was saying before we lost her. Hi, Medina.
Hi. Oh, I'm so sorry about that. I'm not sure why I went off again. So
No,
I
it's
was
fine.
saying, I'm going to give two examples. I'm going to give for social media engagement, and I'm going to give for customer increase in your customer base. So first of all, social media engagement, we talked about that. Your tactical is you're increasing social media by 60%. The strategic is brand awareness. Tactical is social media engagement, because social media engagement achieves the strategic, which is now the increase in brand awareness. Then the operational is I will make 3 posts per day on social media. That is operational. That is what you're doing daily. I will engage with every client that follows me. I will send them a message to their email. Right. So every customer that comes in, I would engage, that follows me, I'll engage with them. That's an operational goal. Then you would, if you're trying to increase your customer base or something like that, you're trying to increase the level of customers that you have. That should be your tactical goal should not be increase customers by 60%, 30% by end of 2025. I hope you can hear me. I'm not sure why the screen is blank. Maybe it's from the formula that is out. So your operational goal for that should be, how do you get your customers? Every day, do you make sales calls? There's some organizations that they call customers. If it is social media, you get your customers from, okay, thank you for that, Rafael. You can hear me. If it's social media that you get your customers from, your operational goal should now look like, I will post on social media every day. That becomes an operational goal to get new customers, because you get your customers on social media. If it is word of mouth, if it's from your customers that you get, your clients, I would make sure to tell every single client that purchases from me every day to refer the client, and if possible, add incentives to them referring you as a brand. Right. So if it is from your website, if you have a website running already, if it is from your website, how are you increasing engagement? You now tie social media to your website, and then you start to monitor visits from there. I hope I've been able to clarify that. Operational goals are what you do every day to achieve every day, not what you will do, is what you will be doing every day, not what you would do in 3 months, not what you would achieve in 3 months. What will you achieve today to be able to achieve what you want to achieve in 11 months, in the next 11 months? What will you do today? What is the smallest, if you break it down, what is the smallest action you can take today to achieve that goal? Right, that is operational goal. So when you think operational, what is the smallest thing I can do every single day to ensure, if I want to fill this jar with water, right, I have to put a drop every day, or I have to pour a cup every week, right, to ensure that by the end of this year, that jar is full. That's operational versus strategic. Strategic is filling the day, everyday verb. Who is saying that? Yes. So everyday action, you're thinking of what you do every day. That's operational. Without operational goals, you cannot achieve your strategic goals. That if you don't take anything away today, take away that you have to set operational goal, is the everyday action that leads to the goal that you smile away with at the end of 2025. Yes. My LinkedIn handle is Medina Saliu. Please search Medina Saliu. You will find me on LinkedIn. Thank you very much, Janet. It's an impactful session and excellent presentation. Thank you so much, Janet. Thank you for listening. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. I think
Thank you so much,
has...
Medina. It has really been a packed and a very packed session. Very, very packed session. Some persons are asking for your LinkedIn handle. Do you want to please put it on the chat box, please? I think that would go a long way. Also, for the sake of the participants, please.
Get LinkedIn.
Okay, thank you.
It's in the chat box.
Yeah, so just type Medina Saliu and you would see her on LinkedIn, and you can just be a friend on LinkedIn. Trust me, I'm the first to go there to just send my request.
Share my posts.
Thank you. Okay, so for the benefit of our participant, please note that if you really did enjoy this session, kindly put your hands together for Medina. She has really done a very wonderful job this morning. She has really broken down strategy. I mean, this should have happened when I was when we're all trying to put our head together on what do I do, how do I go about it. Yes, I have sat down for various strategy sessions, and I have also been in a class severally, but I felt like I was back in the class, and I felt like I was gaining some knowledge that my lecturer forgot to include. And so I would say thank you very, very much for that wonderful presentation, Medina. And for the participant, please note that we're having another session next week again. Do well to join us. Like I said, we're going to pack you with a lot of information that you can make use of and that can help you in order to just, have that business, scale that business, sustain that business, and take it to a greater place. Next week, you all are aware that it's a season where we're talking tax reform. Tax reform here, tax reform there. How does this tax reform affect you as a business owner? What are the benefits? What are the impacts? What do you really need to know? What is the economic situation? And how is it going to affect you as a whole in your business? We would be bringing in an expert next week from the FIRS directly, and they will be doing justice to that topic. And the topic is simply tax reform and how it affects your business. Please endeavor to join us next week, Wednesday. Register. The link for registration is in the chat box already. Please endeavor to register to join and do not miss it. It's going to be packed as much as this was also packed. You agree with me that this is a very packed session. Trust me again that you don't want to miss that session next week, Wednesday. And next week, Tuesday, we also have a session on financial advisory. You have the opportunity to have a one-on-one session with an expert in finance, and she would be doing a breakdown into how you would build a sustainable finance for your business in this 2025. We just learned today how to put good strategies in place for our business. It's 2025. Now, that strategy, how do we turn it to money and build a sustainable finance for that business? And don't forget that even when you now do all of that, you still need to understand what are the things that will be taxable and non-taxable in that business. So you see why you don't want to miss any of our sessions this January. They are really, really packed, and you need to make sure that you leverage on all the information that will be made available through the sessions and use them for your business. My name is Eric Shobukola Oluwafumilayo, and I'm always happy to be here to help you, to nudge you, to put you through, and bring in experts that would help do justice to all of the various information topics, themes that would help our businesses. Thank you all very much for taking out your time and doing this with us to learn as much as you can. And thank you so much, Medina, for your time and for the wealth of information, educative information that you have shared with us this morning. We couldn't have quantified it. Trust me, if we were to pay, we probably will be paying you in millions. And so we appreciate your time, your effort, and everything that you've done for us today. I should be seeing it in the chat box that we all are still appreciating Medina for what we've all learned for free today. So it's a wrap, and I really wish you all a very wonderful day, and I wish you success in your business. Thank you, everyone.